What does your soul feel like is shedding right now? And what unseen parts of your bloom deserves to be honored? Right now, my soul is shedding the need to be seen. Visibility no longer feeds me, impact does. I don't want to be looked at. I want to be heard because being heard can heal. And I'm no longer dressing up for consumption. I'm releasing the pressure to perform, to perfect, to present an image that never told the truth. Perfection was a prison. What blooms now is the part of me that no longer wants to be wanted. I I'm not here to be desired. I'm here to be used by God. I'm a vessel, a voice, and I'm the shell that cracks open so others can rise from what I've survived. And I honor that. I honor the crown I wear because I didn't chase it. I endured long enough for God to place it. 1,852 days, you watch me plant my seed. You watch me water it, wait on it, pray on it, just when I felt that stirring in my spirit. But every time I planted, when night fell, you came. You dug it up. You took my seed and you planted it as your own. And when morning came, I went to water what I thought was still mine, day by day, faithfully pouring over empty soil. Nothing ever bloomed but you. You were showing off your garden. You were celebrating a bloom that never belonged to you. And I kept asking God, why? Why won't mine bloom? Then one day the Spirit whispered, next time you plant, do it alone. Do it unseen, do it unheard. Do it where no one is watching. So I did. I planted my seed in secret. I watered it in silence. I watched the roots grow deep, far from eyes that only can still it. And when I saw the tiniest bloom, I didn't shout. I didn't run off and show it. I knew this time it wasn't me that was broken. It was where I was planting my seeds in soil that wasn't meant for me. I had to learn not every environment is worthy of my seed because in unbloomed seasons, you never know who's trying to take what's still underground. Now, I don't talk about the fruit. I let the tree speak for itself. I just smile because they weren't there when I planted. They weren't there when I wept over dry ground. They weren't there when I had to believe with no evidence. This is the bloom, not for applause, not for validation, not even for them. This is the unseen bloom, the kind that grows in silence, under pressure, the presence of God, and the absence of people. And the kind of bloom that can't be stolen because it was never exposed. So next time, I won't even tell them I'm planting. I'll just smile and let them witness the bloom, unseen but undeniable. You've escaped the pit, but the promise still feels out of reach. James 1:12 says, blessed is the one who endures temptation. When they are tried, they shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord has promised to those who love him. You've endured heartbreak, loss, betrayal, but you are still standing. But deep down, you're asking, when does the blessing show up? Let me tell you, the crown doesn't come at the beginning. It's promised to those who endure. The fight wasn't proof you're failing, it's proof you're chosen. And sometimes God doesn't remove the fire because the fire is where he forges the crown. You weren't overlooked, you were proven. You're not being punished, you're being crowned. But only the ones who stays in the test sees the reward. You've been tried in the dark, tested in silence, buried, but not broken. And that's more than survival. That's sacred endurance. But now, you wear the crown that was promised, not because they saw you plant, but because God saw you endure. Keep your seeds hidden. Let them mock empty fields. Let them assume nothing is growing. because when the bloom comes, they'll know. But by then, it'll be too late. Too late for them to steal it, horse you to think you shouldn't do it. You've been hiding your endurance, not your beauty, not your intelligence, but your grit, your get back up, your I cried all night and showed up the next day kind of faith. That part, the part they don't see, but they feel the moment you walk in the room. The part that makes hell quiet, the part that keeps heaven whispering. Speak it. That's what the world needs. The crown was never meant for the version of you that stays hidden. There's a difference between disappearing to heal and hiding because we're scared to be seen. We dress it up. We call it processing. We say, I'm getting stronger. But sometimes hiding isn't holy, it's hesitation. You're not waiting on God, you're waiting to feel worthy. And the crown doesn't wait for that. James 1:12 says, Blessed is the one who endures the trial, for when they are proven, they will receive the crown of life. The crown wasn't promised to the perfect, it's promised to the enduring. You don't earn it by looking ready, you receive it by lasting. We've hidden our endurance like it was shame, but heaven calls it evidence. So, how do you stop hiding? How do you wear what you've already earned? Step 1. Remember, call the battle by name. Say it out loud. I made it through depression. I didn't quit. I'm still here. And that matters in the kingdom. Step 2. Reveal. Your story isn't a scar to cover, it's a crown to carry. Step 3. Stop waiting for permission. God already crowned you. The world doesn't need another polish, it needs real. Battle worn, glory soaked, crowned in the dark. The crown doesn't come after the trial. You're already wearing it. Now, come out of hiding. James 1:12 isn't just about surviving hardships. It's about embracing the identity you forged in a fire. God didn't just carry you through the trial so you can shrink back into silence. He didn't crown you in private so you could keep playing small in public. The trial wasn't meant to humble you into hiding. It was meant to undo the falsehoods that told you you had to be whole before feeling worthy. You've been proven. Now wear the testimony unapologetically, but listen carefully. Before you can reign in what's real, you gotta let go of what's not. And that's where we're headed next. Because the truth is, some of us just didn't hide. We built our identity around hiding, around the performance, around the hustle of being enough. Next week, we're not just peeling back layers, we're letting go of false foundations and collapsing them into the holy undoing. And yes, it will feel like breaking, but it's not destruction, it's deliverance.